Oh, so there you are.
Here I am.
The double. There we go.
There we are.
And let me turn on chat and yeah, we are testing. So if you guys are here, if you want to participate in the test, you're welcome to it. I'm going to put a. We're having some issues with our last. Our last had an issue for some reason, and we don't know if it's storm related or if it's something else. But if you look at the YouTube video we did, even though it wasn't frozen on my end, it was frozen on the video. So I was frozen, but not the talent, which is fine because we're looking for the audio for the podcast. Can't hear either one of us. No color bars. They can't hear either one of us.
They can't hear the one of us. Well, I mean, I'm speaking. I haven't spoken yet. You're speaking.
Yeah, and I'm speaking and I see my audio coming up. Can anybody hear me? Richard, can you hear me? Richard says I can hear. Okay, some people can hear. All right. So we're having we have this live studio program that I use to go live with, and we had an issue as far as I'm concerned. I found it out afterwards that some of the video, particularly me, was there was for lack of a better word, was dragging on or frozen, even though I didn't see that.
People
So
are
we're
saying,
trying to figure out if you guys see me freeze. Let me know if you see this video freeze or if I freeze or it looks like I'm dragging on or something. Um, and pop in so we can see if you want to. I just put a link in there. You can pop in and we can see if it works for. We don't know if it was, I mean, there's a lot of things going on in Dallas, maybe storms in Florida and snowstorms.
well,
So we
and
can.
for some people who don't know, we have just changed some back end settings. Yeah, I'm sorry, my phone's still picking up. Let me just move that down. We have just changed some back end settings so that we should be coming in live. Betty says, "Can we
Yes,
test it?"
we should
Wow,
test Twix. Yes.
pretty funny.
So yeah, we're just trying to make sure that we have the best product that I give you guys. And we don't know what happened the other day, but I will tell you this: that we're using Restream, and they're having some issues on their end, which is affecting my end. It appears. So we're trying to find out what the problem is because it seems to pop up. So if someone wants to pop in and click that link and pop on, we want to just test it across the board and find out. We're not moving away from Restream. We're just trying to make sure we fix it. And I've already let them know that there's an issue with some of their things, and it's a paid service, so we actually pay to use this. So it's
Yeah,
not a free service. So we shouldn't expect these kind of bugs, but they are happening,
and but
and
then
it's a
again,
pop.
bugs are meant to be viewed, caught, worked on,
Yeah,
etc.
exactly. So
Unfortunately, um, you know, it, it shouldn't be interrupting your shows.
yeah, they shouldn't
Ch-
be. Well, it didn't interrupt the show, but what happens is while we're doing these hits, is every now and then my and I have a high definition
yeah,
camera. It tends to freeze for no reason, and we're trying to figure out why. We've done everything right, we think, to fix that, but we're not sure. So, of course, now that we want it to freeze, nothing's happening. Is it
Mike,
glitching, Mike?
you're live and you're not. I
So,
can't tell
Mike
what.
said glitching. Are we glitching, Mike? Let me know. Are you just saying glitching, or are we glitching? Am I frozen? No. Does it look frozen to you?
Seem to be running pretty well on uh, Twitch,
Okay,
YouTube.
you're glitching. He says.
Me, I'm
Yeah,
glitching, or am I just
it
really
might be
poor
just his face.
quality? Might be in my
Okay,
face.
so Gabriel, our resident expert, says no glitching from what he can tell. We have David here. David's he didn't bring his camera up, but we have him pulled in. We're just testing everything. No
Hey,
glitching in San
hey,
Jose.
hey,
Hey, David. So if you're
can you
going
hear
to do
me?
the test, you got to pop on camera.
I
We're
can
not.
hear you.
Stan. Um, yeah, yeah, the iPad's broken right now. I'm actually on iPad
All right.
watching this
Well, that's
video.
fine. We were looking for
It's
bodies and
a
faces so we can
little
look at the faces.
glitchy.
No worries. We'll just put you back behind the scenes.
Well, it seems to be that when we changed your back end feed, it looks like it's working pretty well now.
Looks a lot better than it does now, but I mean, it was really bad before.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, of course, YouTube does have that delay. Jace just has slow internet, I guess.
well, we actually have pretty high internet where I'm at,
No, he
and
said no, but you also have to remember I'm running additional back end stuff for him, so could be.
hey, Khalil,
I don't think I have that
hey, Frank.
slow internet.
So this is just a test. This is only a test. Do not attempt to adjust your dial. There's nothing wrong. Um, it's like a high pitch glitch. So he said yours was a high pitch glitch.
I
Thank
don't
you
know.
for the hat. I'm glad you like it. Uh, it's funny. We get more people to stay on for the test than we do for real stuff that gives information.
Yeah.
This could save you. Oh, there we go. Hello, sir. Yeah, see, you're glitching a little bit, but I think that's your internet.
I
Hey,
don't know.
Stanley.
There you are.
Uh,
Now you're upside right side up.
you're sideways. So it looks like we've. I mean, it's
I am.
coming around. Hello, sir. We see you.
Hey,
You're
guys.
live around the world right now.
Yes, I know.
This just in
I
breaking
had
news.
to
It's
move
snowing in
before I
Saudi
can get
Arabia.
going.
Uh, all right. So it looks like I don't see a freeze.
All right. I just turned off my phone, so maybe that should help some. Stupid. Sorry, my phone just called me stupid.
That's
Fantastic.
right.
Gotta
Oh well.
love it.
All right. So I don't see any more freezing, but it's
No.
weird because. Uh, hold on one second. Hey, Diane, are you on Wi-Fi? Okay, so it's not Wi-Fi. Okay, so we're just testing everything. And, I have my phone on. We got the Wi-Fi in the other room. We got this phone. I don't know. Yeah, I was getting called by someone using Intel last
It
time.
seems to
Fake
have
Intel
cleared
calls.
up a bit.
Huh?
Well, you're frozen, sir.
Who, me?
Nope. The other gentleman.
Oh,
I'm frozen.
somebody wrote this show is bizarre. Hey, Live Core, this is a
Neat.
test only. This is not bizarre. We're testing it. If you want to see what we've done, go to you can go to anchor.fm, avoid Earth, and you can listen to the podcast, or you can go to YouTube at Caught Misbehaving, and
Yep.
then you can see it. Right now, we're just testing it because we have other podcasts coming up, and the only way we can test it is live. Unlike TV, where you can test it behind the scenes, we have to go live to test it.
Yeah.
And test, like Gabriel says, tests are meant to be bizarre. You know what's so funny about a bizarre test? This one will have like Wake Up in the Morning will have like 6 million views.
Yeah. It'll be your shine to fame.
So David's internet is failing because it's at yellow right now.
Yeah.
So
That I
David,
have.
your internet's dropping off on you a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to drop you out for a bit so we can keep testing. But thank you.
I'm gonna switch
Gabriel said I
browsers.
thought you
I'll
called
be
her
back.
Beeb. All right.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, tests are meant to be bizarre, but like I said before, it'll be hilarious because it's like you do a story of somebody who saved a bunch of people out of a burning bus, and then the next day some weird video is like viral, and you're like, how the hell is this viral? And the other story didn't even go nowhere.
Yep.
You work 100 years to build a great story, and then a cat drinking water out of a cup is what goes viral.
Might go laggy for a second because I'm going to be testing my internet on the
Yeah,
same
I
computer
see
that
you a
I'm
little
actually
laggy there.
doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I haven't froze yet, which is unusual. So I think we may have fixed the problem.
Yeah, I think by doing that, I think we did fix it a bit. I'm getting over 100 megabits per second up.
Now
Or
you're
down,
frozen
excuse me.
again, but that's because you're doing a reset, right?
Yeah, well, I'm testing some stuff for you.
Okay. And I'm looking at my screen, and right now it's definitely nice and clear and crisp with no caffeine. Oh wait,
All right, so that should be good. Make red hats wearable again. How nice.
I found this hat in Bisbee, California. I just thought it was too funny. So I never really wear it.
This
It's
is
just a
because
joke.
my Give me just a second. I just turned my camera off for a second because
Because you don't like the hat.
hats don't bother me. I just don't wear them. All right, there you go.
So yeah, just testing.
Mike,
This is going to be.
we have to do that, Mike. Unfortunately, first off, I'm going to start teaching Stan how to set up his schedule, especially with Millennial Boom and things like that. Put the thumbnail up ahead of time so that people can get notified before the show starts.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hold on one second.
Keeps changing his hat. Now, of course, remember YouTube. You dummy.
This is my what do you call it? My
Betty
here.
wants to know.
Horton
Betty
here's a Who hat.
Look at that. Look at that. 100 messages already in this chat.
Crazy, huh?
Yes. Betty wants to know if the Elmo shirt guy has ever contacted you again.
No, I'd love to have him on the show. That would be awesome.
All I remember is he kept telling you, get the camera away, and then somebody interviewed him, and he was more than happy to be on camera.
Well, yeah, like I said before, he was like, no camera, no camera. And then next you know, he's on KTLA, all up in the camera.
Mm.
I'm just saying. So it looks like we may have fixed it, but I guess we won't know till we actually go live, and then it goes, nah, you didn't fix it.
Well, like I said, so far it's so good. It's working thus far.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, let me just double check something here.
And just so people know, Jace is in Florida, and he's operating my computer from Florida.
Yeah, I am.
So I'm not touching it. I'm hands free.
Nope.
He's running all the little stuff you see what's going on right now, and
good.
He's making sure everything's set up right.
Oh, look at that. There's your numbers right there too.
There's what?
Hang on.
What'd you find?
Look at that. There's your numbers right there too. Okay, your numbers.
Oh, okay.
Watching
I have 2 people on Twitch. That's the most I have on Twitch since I've been doing this.
Well, you got to make sure you thank Betty because Betty watches. Betty _ Veronica 2019 watches on Twitch all the time.
I like that we have 5 on Periscope and 9 on YouTube.
Gabriel, he's known me for a long time. I think I'm pretty trustworthy.
Oh wow, that's a heck of a delay. Am I watching myself?
Yeah, you're watching yourself, but this is the information I was looking at, which is good.
So, why am I seeing such a delay? Is that because
it's just the way it is? It's always going to be a bit of a delay. There, we're back to us.
Okay.
Yes, I apologize. There was an echo. Yes, there was an echo. I kind of did that intentionally, but thank you for letting us know. Yeah, Betty watches you on YouTube and on Twitch.
Yeah, I need 50 people or more on Twitch, and I can monetize it. And somebody said there's a lag. Mike said there's a slight lag, but I think that's because he saw the refeed. Hello, Edward. And nobody wants to distance you, Betty Roberts.
You call her Betty Roberts?
It's a long joke. I accidentally called her Betty Roberts one day, and everybody started laughing. So yeah, so add me to Twitch. I need to get to 50 people. I think I'm at 30 or 31. And then we can monetize Twitch, which will be great. What I heard was that there's some musicians that have 183 followers on Twitch and are making $50,000 a year. I mean, obviously they're doing it a lot.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. But, doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt, of course.
And YouTube, if you're not subscribed to YouTube and while you're here, and it had to be 50 people. Yeah, no, it's so Gabriel. So just so you know, so it's 50 people or more. But the other part is you have to have like a certain amount of people within a 30-day period for it to qualify. So that's what that whole comes in at. If you got 50, you got 50. It doesn't change. You don't have to have 50 new people every 30 days. And I don't really. I go in there sometimes to play GTA,
Yeah,
but
you can
and I
leave it
haven't been
on.
on in a while because if you guys ever notice, I'm having a family issue out here. My sister had COVID, and uh, she's in grave condition in a hospital in Dallas, which I can't get to because of the snowstorms. And she had a stroke, and so she's not in good shape right now. My Twitch name is Mr. Badley. Pretty simple,
Yeah,
not hard.
I'm gonna post it here in a second. What I'm doing actually right now is I am just setting up so I can copy this and I can put in here.
So then you don't get the commercials. And personally,
What the heck
Sorry,
was that? You had on your Pornhub?
what? It's because I went back to your Twitch channel to grab your link and it went back to the live side. Here is, and this is
No, the
also.
hospital never loses power. Most hospitals have backup power just in case something goes wrong. So
If you have Discord, go join Stanley's Discord. It's also on if you view YouTube on your computer, and you see the banner at the top of his YouTube channel,
everything's up at the top of the
right,
banner.
all the way to the right in the bottom right hand corner of his banner is all his links: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, Linktree.
Dimitri, no copyright strikes that I know of. Are you telling me something I don't know?
No, we don't have any copyright strikes.
Huh? I don't have any copyright strikes.
No, we do not. Let me just grab your. Here.
No, Khalil, unfortunately, she is. Her stroke was unsafe. She's not. It was a devastating stroke, so unfortunately, we have to make a very important decision in the next couple of days. So thank you though for your wishes. I've been posting on Twitter about it, but it's pretty grave right now. Hello, Gordon. Good to see you again. So we're still testing. This was supposed to be a 5-minute test, but we want to make sure we get it right.
Yeah, well, so far it looks like it's working pretty well. And
Yeah,
of course,
no reason whatsoever.
whoever you talk to won't be running 18 different things in the background at the same time. So you
Yeah.
should.
Well, see, what people don't know is that I see your levels of Wi-Fi. So as your Wi-Fi drops, I can tell when you're going to fall off. And when that happens, I usually do this, or this, so that I'm here, and then you can fix your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and mine hasn't been dropping. Mine only drops out when I do 18 other different things on this computer. I have 4 of them set up in front of me.
Yeah. See, right now you are a little bit. You just got a little bit. There was a latency problem with yours a minute ago.
Yeah,
So you got a little fuzzy.
I'm always fuzzy.
But the fuzzy part is you're not fuzzy on the background monitor. You're only fuzzy on the main monitor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Mike, it is sad.
Probably
That's
a
my oldest.
quality camera too.
She's the oldest, and I'm next to the oldest. So, what do you do? She has a husband, so he's there, but he also has COVID, and he's in the hospital. Nondescript ad. Yeah, no more nondescript ads because now that we're putting on YouTube, they're actually they're adding commercials to it. It's not making a whole lot yet. We need like millions of views to make some money. But as this COVID starts to break, we hope that with this podcast or with one of our stories that we do, it picks up something.
Look in the chat.
The Twitch
Gary,
name is Mr. Badley.
Gary, I'm highlighting your comment, and I've also just put in the chat what his Twitch name is. Twitch.tv/Mr. Badley.
So, for me, so we moved away from GoFundMe more or less, but I mean, the account's still there and we still accept donations. But the key now is if you want to really help out and donate, I mean, if you go to anchor.fm /avoid earth, There's a way to make donations there. You can subscribe and pay 99 cents, 4.99, or 9.99, and then that way we it goes towards us keeping the stuff like the subscription going,
Hmm.
the YouTube thing going, everything going, so that we keep things moving and it doesn't affect us out of our pocket because the money goes right back into the business. Uh, uh, oh, you're using ad blockers. Yeah. So, and also on YouTube, there's a way I think to subscribe now. You can subscribe, but there's other ways. There's on YouTube right now. There's something called Super Chat. If you look down on the bottom, there is a dollar sign on the Super Chat. So when we're doing these, you can actually donate uh, money through Super Chat from anywhere from $1 to $20 million. I don't think there's a limit how much you can type in. So all you billionaires out there that uh, yeah, I like this hat, Gabriel, who just don't have any, got extra money. You want to say, I want to make this company be successful. Just go in there, drop it in a super chat, and I'll be like, yeah.
Patreon we discussed.
Yeah, we discussed Patreon, but I'm actually using on caughtmisbehaving.com. We have it set up, and there is a isn't super chat on Twitch? No, super chat is on YouTube, not Twitch.
Yeah, Super Chat is YouTube. Twitch does have a subscriber base, but of course, I think he said he has to have like 50 plus more people to do
Yeah,
that.
I haven't gotten to that level yet where I can get them to do that. So, yeah, thank you, Gary. See, so like Gary just did, Gary just dropped in $5 for a test that we have. So now that means I can't take this down because I have to keep it up because Gary dropped in 5. So I'll keep it up now.
20 million, I'm on
Yeah,
it.
towards my 20 million. Thank you, Garrett Gordon. I know Gordon is like a billionaire. I mean, I saw his yacht and it said, Gary was here. So yeah, I know at some point he's going to be like, you know what?
No, I didn't think about there being minors watching because Stanley's YouTube channel is not intended for minors, as he's
No, who
indicated
said minors?
in his YouTube description. He said that
Oh yeah.
because
Well, Gabriel considers himself a minor even though he's 18.
I'm
So
sorry.
so under the guidelines of most social media, you cannot be on here unless you're over 18, 18 over. So if you're under 18, you need to log off right now. And Gary, no, you can't log off. We already know you're like 19. So yeah, you do have a yacht. I know.
It's
I
because
saw
I've
it.
vaped, so he is concerned for your audience my vaping.
Yeah, I get it, but there's no minors on here, and we don't make our pages and set up for minors.
Yeah,
And
shouldn't
only thing
show.
we might get in trouble for if we play music, and we're not going to do that.
Right.
So
I
thank you,
am
Gary, for getting locked in.
I am curious with everybody being everywhere. I hope everybody's doing well with the storms going by.
We don't have no storms here. Yesterday we had 12 inches of snow, of sunshine.
Yeah, 12 inches of sunshine. I'm like, yeah, that's a shame. Oh no, that's not a shame. Okay, no, we had 85-degree weather today, and it is now 10:15, and it's still 73 outside.
Well, that's Florida.
Florida. It's still hot.
Yeah, well, you guys got bugs the size of Volkswagen, so
Yeah, nothing hurts more. Nothing hurts more than being on a motorcycle and getting hit with one of those. And it's not the head and face because you can wear your you can wear your helmet, have the shield down. It's
So
just
here's a
getting
question:
flicked by them. It hurts still.
Are helmets mandatory in
You
Florida?
guys should hate Florida. Shut up, Gabriel, you jerk.
Every day is Hate Florida Day. You see that commercial with Bugs Bunny where he's sawing off Florida?
Yeah.
Hey, so here's my question: are helmets mandatory in Florida?
No, they're not.
Because you know what's mandatory in Arizona?
What? Hats?
Glasses.
Yeah, same thing here in Florida.
So you hit your head on the ground, your glasses be like, yeah, I'll save you.
Now, I found out the hard way that glasses were mandatory.
You're hitting the eye with a bug?
No, I got a ticket.
Oh.
Yeah. And even the judge is like, I didn't know that was a thing. Neither did I. Hang on a second.
Hi, Jace. Yes, hi. This is Tiffany. Yes, how are you? Yes, good. Yes, yes, I love you on this video. I love that California shirt.
Hey, since there's no minors here, I gotta go. My wife is on her way home, and I have to make her coffee because I want to be a good husband.
Again?
Yeah, well, I still
All
want to be a
right.
good husband. We'll be married 10 years this year. I know my place.
All right, sir.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
All right, I want to stay for a little bit and talk to people since I'm on here now.
My wife would be calling me at 10:19 because she's on her way home and wants coffee made.
Hello, Jace.
I'll see you
Hi,
guys later.
it's Pookie.
Pokey.
All right, so we were testing. Nothing went wrong this time in the test. Nothing went wrong on the other one except for I was frozen, but the audio was still good. So we lead to believe that it's a latency problem, but we can't tell if it's on our end or if it's on Restream's end, which we're using. So based on all that, Diane's in the other room. She's getting ready to go to bed. She has to be at work in the morning. And I'm just here trying to make sure. So when we do it on Sunday, now just a heads up, there is a possibility that Sunday may not happen. Hold on, I gotta close this because, if you know, my sister is in grave condition in the hospital, and we have to make the decision to whether or not take her off of life support or not. She had and just so you know, I want to tell you this. This is important. So her husband had COVID. She caught COVID from him. Yes, he was broadcast from his closet. She got in the middle of her while being laid up with COVID-19. She had a stroke, a massive stroke, and you know, we grew up together. We're not like distant sisters. My sister, flesh and blood sister, and the stroke was so massive they couldn't clear up the blockage. It was so bad, and then on top of her having that stroke on one side, because you know if you have a stroke on your left side, it affects your right side and vice versa. She had a stroke on her right side. She wouldn't have had a stroke on her left side, which was a minor one, but it was enough to incapacitate her even more. So I'm dealing with that. So if by chance we're not on Sunday, please understand and forgive me, but it'll be an issue that we need to figure out with her. And she's in a COVID hospital, so we can't see her. So that's one to tell you guys that I've been posting updates on Twitter only. But COVID, the side effects for COVID-19 are not side effects. Complications from COVID-19 are heart attacks, strokes, blood clots, organ failure, all those things. So there are some people who've lost limbs because of COVID-19, because of a blood clot. Some people get a blood clot in their lungs. They get aneurysms. So this is, you know, people say it's the flu. It ain't the flu. I don't recall anybody with the flu having blood clots, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. Anyway, so if you can mask up and be safe, I ask that you do. And I know we were testing, so I just want you guys to understand that, you know, what we were doing here was just a test to make sure that we get this to make sure it works right. And it seems to be working right. We've been on for a little bit, and we haven't lost anything. Yeah, people talk about 99% survival rate. You're right, Gabriel, but in actuality, right now we're a little bit higher than 99.9% because, and I don't care if it's 99.9% survival rate. If you lose a family member, it doesn't matter about percentages because that member is never coming back, ever. So, you know, don't be that person. Don't be that person. Don't be that, as they call them, COVIDiots who downplay it because it can happen. And so it's a lot. It's brutal. And I'm the go-to person because there are only 3 people on her HIPAA list, and I'm one of them. And so I have to communicate to the entire family. So every day I have to give an update, and every day I have to hear my relatives on the phone, cousins, nieces, nephews, start crying because I have to tell them that her prognosis is not good. And it's a little heartbreaking. People wonder how can I be so strong to deal with someone in my family who I love dearly and who is dying for no fault of her own, I say that I have to be strong because that's all thing I have. And if I'm the only one who's keeping things moving with the family and trying to make sure that everybody's up to date, and I can't keep them up to date if I'm not, uh, if I can't keep some level of strongness to it, strength. And I've never lost a sibling before, so this will be the. I mean, I've buried infant nieces and nephews. I've buried moms and grandfathers and grandmoms, but this is the first time I've ever had to bury an actual sister who is only 60 years old. So she's a baby in most people's eyes. And her name is Trina Stingley, and she is my sister, and I can't do anything about it other than tell you guys to be safe. I'm even telling myself to be safe because you get complacent. We all get complacent. We all think, and we hear it so much on TV. We don't care anymore. But now when I see people saying that they're mad at people for not wearing a mask, I understand. I clearly understand. I did before, but now I really understand the importance of wearing a mask. And so if you want to take this video and clip it and share this part about COVID-19, I feel free to do so. But it's a serious problem out there. And this ain't no joke. And we're not getting better, we're getting worse. And I know we're getting all of our shots, and I haven't gotten one yet because I don't meet the criteria yet in Arizona, and we don't have a whole lot of shots out here. But I'm doing what I can. I stay home a lot, mostly go to grocery stores, and we've been just working on the podcast, which is an extension from what I normally do. So what we're doing now is uh, 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 what I do now is we do the podcast because the podcast allows us to still social distance, but to communicate. So if you want to log into the podcast, go to anchor.fm/avoid earth. And again, I'll tell you can go there. Again, it's anchor.fm/avoid earth and subscribe. It's also on Spotify. It's also on Google Podcasts. But if you want to help, like on YouTube right now, there's a super chat. Like I said, you can donate from anywhere from $1 to $20 million. You can go on to Anchor, and there's a subscribe button where you can actually donate to the subscription, so that way we can keep this going. And I like what we do here. So I do want to do this, but I also want to get back out in the street. And I want to get back out in the street and start doing some more segments because San Francisco has just gone bananas. I'm watching this and I'm going, what the heck happened? I left for 2 years and it's like it went crazy out there. Auto break-ins, everything. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it. And I guess I never will get it. But that's what I fought for years. But unfortunately, I couldn't afford to live there. And I need to come back, though. I need to figure it out. So I'm glad the test worked. And that's why if you see test, that's what it is. We were testing this because we had some issues that I didn't like. And if you look on YouTube, you can see the last piece I ran. You can see where it was latent. And also, yes, the hate crimes against Asians and that needs to stop. And I don't know if gun laws is going to make it better in San Francisco, because I think there was a guy in Chinatown in Oakland the other day who had a concealed carry permit and fired his weapon, and he got arrested. Not the Crip, the guy who had the gun, who had the CCW. So, yeah, and I understand that the Stanley signal has been lit over in the Bay Area, and I've seen it. And I talked to my agent, and I said maybe we need to. And yeah, so there's no mic here, Gabriel. The mic is into the laptop. I don't have the mic set up, so I'm not using the regular mic I normally use. All hate crimes need to stop. You're right, Kelly. I agree with you 100%. But these attacks against Asians, even in New York, there was an Asian guy who was slashed from here to here by a knife on a train, I believe. That is unacceptable. And it needs to be prosecution to the full extent of the law. And I'm actually thinking about moving back just so I can run for district attorney's office so that I could make sure that these kind of crimes are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and not just pushed aside. Uh, oh, and one more thing. I got to say this. So, as you know, I do a lot of ride alongs with Highway Patrol, and I went away for a little bit. And so I came back to do something, and then it created a firestorm of some sort. So now, and this is why you understand why I'm asking for help with get things done. So the new guidelines for ride-alongs for Highway Patrol is I need $1 million of insurance for each ride-along. So every time I do a ride-along, I have to produce $1 million of liability insurance. I've never heard of that before. So I mean, as much as I would love to, this makes it hard for journalists, independent journalists as a whole, because $1 million. I mean, $1 million insurance is a lot. But there's some. This was put into play after I did my last ride along, and so I've never seen this before. But I saw the paperwork, and it says $1 million insurance. And if you're self bonded, you need to be able to cover everything. So now the big new TV stations can do that, no issues whatsoever. But small independent journalists like myself, that's a lot. And it's they wrote this strictly because of when I did the ride along, they wanted to say I was told that well, we don't want people coming in to do ride alongs just so they can slam our organization. And I'm like, you can't live like that. That's not how it should be. And then I just saw the paperwork yesterday that $1 million coverage. And some people say that's not a whole lot of money when you think about it. But if you're an independent journalist and you're struggling already, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. So, that targets the small journalists. That makes it harder for them to do their jobs. And what's going to prevent someone who's not a journalist from videotaping something and then doing something really bad? Nothing. So this doesn't make sense to me at all. So, but I'm going to raise money so that I can meet that $1 million bond some kind of way, so that way they can't say, well, there's something new now. And the crazy part about that is I have been doing ride-alongs with Highway Patrol for more than 15 years. And to me, that felt like a little bit of a smack in the face. Because it's like, yeah, you did all this stuff, but we don't care anymore. Now you need $1 million insurance. So, dealing with a lot. But I always, I always push through it. Going to try to. I had a stroke 5 years ago. I pushed through that. I'm going to keep pushing. And yes, you're right, Betty. The question is, why can't they have me sign a release? In actuality, they do have me a release. They do have me sign it. They do make you sign a release, which doesn't make sense. I'm signing a release and how much does it cost for 1 year of coverage? That's about $1,500 or more, depending on who you use and what kind of coverage you're looking for. And but they do make you sign a release too that says they are not liable for anything. So I don't understand why you need $1 million if they're not liable. It doesn't. So there you go. It's always one more hurdle that you have to jump across, and it's interesting. I mean, I have all respect for the Highway Patrol. These guys are out there in the front lines, but the people who sometimes make the decisions, I wonder about sometimes, because we're so worried about getting caught doing something wrong instead of just, not just if we don't do anything wrong, there's nothing to be caught doing. You don't throw $1 million bond insurance and then say, oh yeah, by the way, you're covered. We absolve ourselves of any problems, but you still need $1 million insurance. It's not like I'm driving a patrol car. I'm a passenger with a camera. That's all I have. So anyway. Yeah, someone brought that up, Betty, but I'm not going to say it out loud. Hello, XSX. So again, I'm going to go, but remember, if you want to subscribe to the podcast, which we have two, we have Millennial Boom, and then we have Reasons Why Aliens Would Ever Invade Earth. And do I always go on ride-alongs? No. Sometimes I do stories that don't require ride-alongs. But I like the ride-alongs because it gives me a chance to explain the laws and educate the public. Uh, that's what it's always been about is education. I've had people tell me over and over again how they learn something new from what I do. So there you go. I'm here to educate you so you don't get a ticket. And I always say that, and people always say this, and I always laugh. They said they just writing tickets so they can make revenue. And two things I want to say about that. First off, you know how they were laying off cops? So if a cop was really a revenue maker, would you lay off the person who's making revenue? No. Second of all, and think about that. Their revenue, why would you lay them off? They're making money for the city. But that's that's not what happens. So what happens, and the other part is, is that, man, my brain went blank for a second. So there's no revenue there. It never has been. It never will be. And you'll have people tell you, oh, no, I got friends that'll tell you it's all about revenue. And at least in California, it's illegal to write tickets for revenue. And no, there's an old saying, they have quotas to meet. No, they can write as many tickets as they want. I've been with officers who never wrote a single ticket the entire day. It's illegal to have quotas, and it's legal to do it for revenues, at least in California. Other states I can't always speak for, but I will tell you that in California it is actually illegal. Yes, traffic school would be interesting, but that's just, that's again too much complication, and I like doing what I'm doing. It's more fun. Uh, and they're not paid on commission either. There's no commission, how much money you get. If you don't get a toaster, you don't get a vacation. I tell you what, though, the Highway Patrol, though, they do crack down on registration cheats because that pays for a lot of their equipment. So if you're not doing a registration and you get caught, that's personal, because then you're taking money out of the general fund, which is used to pay for things like law enforcement vehicles and stuff like that. No, Dimitri, there is not a quota. I know you want to say there is, and you want to talk strongly about it, but there is. I've been doing this for 30 years. There is no quota. And I'm going to say that again. There is no quota. At least in California, there are no such thing as quotas. If you look it up in the criminal law, it is exactly illegal. And if you know someone who is doing quotas, then that would be a violation of state law in California. So they're not allowed in California at all. And that's been a rumor going around for years that people have bought into, and it's just simply not true. And somebody asked me, so probably not a CHP. You know what? I really like TV. I really do. I've been doing it for a long time. I got my job in TV because I walked in and asked for a job as a weatherman in Salinas, California, many, many years ago. So the way they do it is they compare to similar officers' actions. Basically, a similar area generates X amount of tickets. They expect you to do the same, or they will investigate it. No, I've never seen that. Like I said before, I know some guys that, I've been on ride-alongs where they actually forgot their ticket book sometimes. They had to go back and pick it up. So, again, it's illegal. I mean, they can say to you, hey, we want to focus on a certain problem, but that doesn't come down as a quota. Hey, Stanley, hope to see you soon, out there soon, following from Vancouver. Thank you. And if you work for a law enforcement agency and you want me to come out and help educate the public, email me at info@cultmisbehaving.com, and I'd be happy to come out and do a ride along with you guys and talk about about how to make traffic rules better. You mean the guy Noah from the Golden Gate Bridge? I don't think he wants anything to do with me either. But hey, I would do it in a heartbeat if he showed up. Noah, yeah, I can't think of his last name right now. Anyway, I've been out here longer than I wanted to be, and I appreciate everybody that hung out. Again, on YouTube, there's Super Chat. You can put $5 to $20. Go to anchor.fm / avoid Earth. You can subscribe. All that stuff is great. It keeps us going. Plus, now that I have to get insurance, I definitely need to get all the stuff I get so we can afford insurance every year. So a friend of mine asked me to start a Roku channel, and he said you should start a Roku channel because just like what's his name? He had a Roku channel. I'm like he has 10 million followers. I have 8,000. A little different. If I had the money he has, yes, I would build a Roku channel and I would create it and I would hire people to do it with me. And we'd have a TV show on Roku. But that takes money. I'll say it louder. Anyway, I'm losing my voice. Ran out of water. And I want to thank you guys. Hello, 42 Luke. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I'm actually not working in Arizona right now. I got laid off from my job back in, oh my God, back in May. And so now I'm building my own company, which is Mr. Bally Productions. So we can do what I've been doing in Arizona all around the country. So peace out to everybody. Thank you, Bob. 42 Luke, make sure you subscribe. Bob Ennis, I know you are. South J. Vay, I know you subscribe to YouTube. Also subscribe to Twitch if you don't. And thank you, Mike. I'm going to stay strong and do the best I can. And hello, Philip, my nephew in New Jersey. Thank you. I appreciate the subs. And get your friends to sub too. Let's get it back up to 90,000 people like we had it before. They all went away because it got nuked. Illegally got nuked. I'll say that because I did nothing wrong. It was pure spite. And so that's the way it worked out. Anyway, so Philip is my uncle. He's in Camden, where I grew up at. He's on there too. And he's also one of the people I'm dealing with for my sister. Yes, Kronvix. He's also one of the people I've been updating about my sister. So I was going to take this down, but I'm going to keep it up because it has some good information about COVID-19. So if you want to send people the links with the video from that point to that point, that's fine. Just make sure you mask up, stay safe, and remember this COVID-19 is not a joke, not at all. And I'm going to say good night. Thank you very much. There was something else I wanted to tell you about law enforcement, but I lost my thought. I know it's talking about it's not the I can't think of the other thing it was, but I'm sure at some point it'll come back around and we'll make it happen. All right. So my allergies are killing me right now. And good night.